Hey there, this is Clay, and today we're continuing on our journey through the 5 phases of getting back together. Last time we talked about the phase of the test drive, which is the second phase of getting back together, and now we're talking about the middle phase, phase number 3, called riding the dragon. And here something is very critical that's going on. Your ex is basically reaching this 50% point, right, where they're like sort of halfway into you and halfway not so much into you, and those positive feelings are growing, but you're like right on that more or less 50% point, give or take a few percentages. Of course, this isn't obviously scientific. There's no machine I can just sort of like scan your ex with and say that scientifically they're at 36.41%. You can't do that. But it's just a conceptual model to help you visualize this. But what happens when your ex is about at that 50% point is you're in a phase called riding the dragon. And this is very interesting because when your ex is a little bit less than 50%, like 48, 49, 47, whatever, they're gonna do things that are they're gonna like want to pull away a little bit, right? They're gonna tell you things like, oh, well, you know, we could never get back together, we could never work out, you should date other people, stuff like that. And when they're a little bit over 50%, like 51, 52, 53, etc., that's when they're gonna start to warm up to you, and they're gonna do things like say, you know, hey, we should get back together, you know, I really love you, I'm sorry I missed you so much, I think things can work out between the two of us, all that stuff. And what's interesting when you hit riding the dragon is that you're like right in that middle point, that 50% point, which means any little thing that happens one way or the other, even things that are outside of your control, like maybe a friend said something to your ex, or maybe they found an old box of love letters that you wrote to them when you first started dating or something like that, that can cause your ex to wobble one way or the other on riding the dragon, right? They could be at 50%, but then maybe their friend says, oh, well, I never liked that guy anyway, and then boom, they're at 48%. And they'll tell you like, oh, hey, we can't get back together. But then maybe they'll find some love letters, and it's like, boom, now they're at 52%. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Maybe we can work things out. And you know, there's going to be this back and forth that happens. They're going to give you hot and cold behavior, mixed messages, all that stuff. And it can be really frustrating if you don't know what's going on. But I've just explained to you what's going on, so I hope that you can kind of understand how this is kind of working here. And the point of this is to not get too caught up in what they say or don't say, all that stuff. Like, you know, yeah, if something, it might feel good in the moment for them to say, hey, I really miss you and I'm sorry, like we should maybe talk about getting back together at some point in the future. And that might feel really good, and that's great that it feels good, and you should absolutely let it feel good. But you don't want to like start thinking like, yeah, I've won the battle, this is it, we're going to get back together, we're going to get married, we're going to have 10,000 babies, it's going to be like all nirvana forever. Like, don't do that, because that's getting wrapped up in it, because they could easily just boop, move back to like 49%, and then suddenly it's like, oh, well, you know, I was given a second thought, and maybe we should just take a break. And it's like, oh. And then if you get caught up in that, and you know, it's going to be very taxing, and it's not going to be fun, and it's going to lead you down some wrong, bad directions. But seriously, if it feels good in the moment, that's okay. Just let it feel good in the moment. Like, yeah, she said she liked me, or he said he liked me, and that feels good. But don't start to like project out into the future. Just let it feel good in the moment, and you got to ride the dragon. Just got to keep doing those things that got you there in the first place. You know, focus on those advanced relational skills. We talk about that in the program and over on the website, Relationship Inner Game. So, you know, just keep focusing on those, and you'll be able to eventually pull your ex off of the riding the dragon phase into phase 4, which we'll talk about next time. But, you know, again, this is something that's very common, so expect it to happen. Maybe you're going through it right now, but, you know, I hope this lets you know what's going on. Nobody really talks about this. But, you know, I've been in the trenches with people for so long that I can almost predict that this is going to happen at some point. So just be aware that it's happening. And when you know that it's happening, you can kind of relax a little bit and be like, okay, I know that this is happening now, and I don't have to stress out. It's not like things are falling apart. It's just part of the process, okay? So again, just keep that in mind. And if you like more help getting past riding the dragon or getting your ex back in any other way, no matter what phase you're at, please go ahead and check out relationshipinnergame.com and sign up there. We'd love to help you get your ex back. and just go ahead and write into us through the website. We'll write back to you. And just, again, that's over at relationshipinnergame.com. And this has been Clay, and I'll see you next time for phase 4 of getting back together. Thank you.